One of the best, fresh off his win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, getting ready for Monday Night Football on many of these Westwood One stations next Monday night, is the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. How you been, Patrick?
I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you having me as always.
Of course, you know you're an anytime guest, Patrick, but you probably knew that. So, how is life for you these days? I'm going macro. What's going on?
Yeah, life's good, man. Obviously, we're in season. We're rolling around.
Mm-hmm.
I got the little one at home now.
That's right.
She's running around, playing sports, kicking soccer balls, doing stuff like that, and then have a little one on the way. So life's pretty good.
How old is Sterling right now?
Sterling is a little over a year and a half now. I know that they have now. You have to do like the months and the days and the hours and stuff. But
Yes.
a little over a year and a half is what I say.
Yeah, I know. You normally that would be an 18-month situation. You're going years. That's. But I guess you're streetballing right there. You know what I mean? When you're just improvising.
Once it got to year and a half, I kind of just went ahead and just said year and a half, and now she's almost. Hopefully she's getting close to 2 here soon. In February is her birthday. So once she gets to 2, there's no more year and a half. It's just 2, 3, 4. It'll be easy on me.
What do you mean she's hitting a soccer ball? I mean, are you serious? You just started walking maybe 8-9 months ago, and she's already like getting ready to be out there with Megan Rapinoe? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what's happening right now, Patrick?
Yeah, well, Brittany is a co-owner of the women's soccer team out here in Kansas City Current. So we go to a lot of their games. We go to some of their practices. It was really cool to see that we didn't even really teach Sterling how to kick a soccer ball. She just kind of saw one and went up and started kicking it. So now every time she sees one, she does that and kind of dribbles it. And just from watching those girls play. And so it's definitely really cool to see. As me, I don't want to force her to be an athlete, but to see those tendencies early is definitely cool.
Patrick Mahomes here on the Rich Eisen Show. Our terrestrial radio audience just rejoined us here on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line. Let's talk a little bit of football here, Patrick Mahomes. I had Chris Long on my program on Monday, and he's been around the block. He's won a couple of trophies. You've got one in the case, so he knows what a mindset is of a Super Bowl champion, and certainly like yourself. He thinks that he threw it out there that you've been sitting on that loss to the Bucs for all this time and had been waiting for months to play that game, and you played it so well on Sunday night, and that was part of the reason why. Do you agree with that, Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of it. I think I didn't really realize that I was sitting on it and had those emotions until I got to the field that day. When you're preparing throughout the week, I was more prepared to just get our season back rolling after that loss we had in Indy. And I wanted to see how these guys responded to adversity that are new to the team. And but then once I got on that field and you kind of get in that environment, and those flashbacks and those memories of how we played that day, that definitely gave me that extra motivation that I think you saw from a lot of those guys on our team that were out there when we did lose that game.
So you didn't really think about it much because obviously you got a lot going on in your world, football-wise, personal-wise, but then you step on the field and it's time to focus and time to play it. You started thinking about those days? Is that really what happened on Sunday night?
Yeah, you think about it at the time. I mean, obviously you thought about it after the game, but it's been so long now. It's been 2 years now, and you've been through some battles with some other guys, and you don't think about it, but I'll tell you what, right when you walk out there in warm-ups and you get on that field and you look around and have those bad memories, that'll light a fire under you to go out there and play your best football.
Let's talk about some narratives as well. That's my, I guess, end of the business, Patrick. And a narrative is that your team misses Tyreek Hill, and that would be an issue for you all year long. How does that sit in the receiver room for you, Patrick?
Yeah, I think that it gives those guys something to prove every week. It gets those guys motivated to go. Obviously, Tyreek Hill's a special talent. He's one of a kind. He's someone that no one in this NFL hasn't seen a player like him. But at the same time, we got a lot of good receivers in that receiving room that believe they can go out there and make plays happen. And I think you saw that a little bit on Sunday night. Is we had it from guys everywhere. All season long, it's been different guys making plays in big moments. And that's going to be our team. And then obviously you got Travis Kelce. That sure helps out as well.
How about sitting with you? Sure, Tyreek Hill is a special player and he's significant, but you're still Patrick Mahomes. Did that ever sit down? You have a sit down moment to rankle your feathers to hear that you're going to be less than because Tyreek's not there anymore?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I knew we were going to be good still. I mean, we have a lot of great players. We have great coaches, and we practice and do things the right way. But you hear it all off season, and you kind of just want to be like, all right, let's just go play ball, and then you'll kind of quiet everything down by the way we play. So definitely glad that we're in season now, and we're rolling and showing that we can continue to move forward. And I think you see Tyreek. I mean, he's balling too. So I mean, it's when there's a lot of great players, when you separate, everybody thinks it's going to be bad for one or the other. But you see that it's just great players being great on every single Sunday.
And what does it mean for you, Patrick Mahomes, to be going against Tom Brady in a game whole country's watching? What was that like? What is that like?
No, it's always cool to play Tom, man. I've gotten to meet him a couple of times now and kind of talk to him throughout the off season, and just a great guy. You see why he's so great, how much he dedicates himself to playing football and going out there and succeeding. It's always great to get to go up against the best of all time, and especially their team. I mean, that's a great football team, and it kind of shows that if we play our best football, we have a chance to win every game we play.
Can you put me in your shoes, Patrick, for that play where you flip it up to Clyde Edwards-Helaire after you pull a couple of Houdini moments to keep a play alive, and you're running out of real estate on the right side of the sideline, and you see him open, and you kind of shoot a free throw? Can you put me and the rest of my listeners and viewers in your shoes to walk us through what's going through your mind? Is it all instinctive? What is it, Patrick?
Yeah, well, at the time, the first thing was I wanted to make sure I beat the defensive end around the edge to give our guys a chance to make a play, and I ended up getting past him. Then I was running, and I was going to run and try to score, but Devin White's fast enough that he kind of cut me off, and I did the spin move, and I remember the spin move kind of made me kind of say, oh, mate, wait, I can still throw the football. And so then once I spent and I saw Clyde, I just tried to get it out as quickly as possible, knowing that I was real close to the line of scrimmage there.
Any thought of going out of bounds at that point? Or, like, again, how quickly do you process everything?
There was no thought of going out of bounds. I was either going to dive for the end zone or throw it. I mean, I think stuff does slow down a little bit. I remember talking after the game with Nick Allegretti. He was the eligible O-lineman on that play. And I remember as I was running, I looked over and saw an O-lineman in the end zone. And I was like, why is our O-lineman looking at me in the end zone? I was like, oh, wait, that guy is actually eligible to catch the ball. So
that does flash through your mind. Okay. So does that also mean you have an offensive lineman now coming up to you saying you throw it, I'm open? Is that now a new counting herd for you? Really?
Well, he got a touchdown last year, so he knows I will throw it to him if he is open. He was laughing because he said that he's never been in a part of a scramble drill, so he had no idea where to go. Okay. Patrick Mahomes, 2 minutes left here with the Super Bowl MVP and MVP quarterback of the 3-1 Kansas City Chiefs here on the Rich Eisen Show. Let's talk about your relationship with Andy Reid and how it has grown. I just remember when you first started out in Kansas City, he was just nailed to the bench next to you, right? You would be coming off the field, and he would sit right next to you, whether it was on a bench, on top of a Gatorade jug, whatever. But what about now? How much is he in your ear, and how much back and forth do you guys have during a game now, Patrick? Yeah, there's still a ton. We talk a lot. I think what you see now more is Coach Bieniemy and Coach Nagy. I talk to them, and they relay my message to Coach Reid so he can handle kind of being up on the sideline and talking to the defense and everything like that. But that comes with I've had so much experiences with all these coaches. I mean, if you look down the entire staff, I mean, other than Coach Kafka going to be the offensive coordinator over there in New York, they're really guys I've been with my entire career. And so to have those relationships, we trust each other, we talk to each other, and we communicate, and we're always on the same page. And I think that's what makes our offense so great is we make sure to communicate it through the entire staff what we're thinking. And then what is it like to receive a play like the one on the goal line where you are essentially a decoy? And by the way, great acting job. Eric Stonestreet takes credit for it, by the way, that you're ad-libbing and you're doing all that sort of stuff. What is that like when that's presented in front of you by either Reid or Bieniemy or Nagy? And do you ever sit there and wonder, well, how do they come up with this stuff, Patrick? Or do you have part of it? Are you in that role as well? No, so it actually is everybody. I mean, all of these shovel passes, all these plays at the goal line, these cool plays that you see, it comes from everybody. It comes from the coaching staff. It comes from players. I mean, one of our coolest plays, I feel like one of those shovel passes to the running back, Travis Kelce actually made up. So, I mean, it's stuff that Coach Reed will give us the will to go out there and try stuff, and we'll see if we like it. And if we like it, we'll put it in the game plan. If we don't, we take it out. And I think it keeps everybody kind of into it. And then obviously they made up a great one there where they had Noah kind of get back in the backfield, and they were like, hey, just give it a little Hollywood. Make sure you get the guy's eyes off the tight end lined up under center. And I think that's what makes it so fun to play in this offense.
Amazing. So what's the play that you've come up with that you're most proud of in your time there in Kansas City, Patrick?
Ooh, man, the one that I came up with, I think I'm most proud of is there was two of them. There was one where I did the quarterback motion a couple of years back, and I didn't know if it was allowed, so I had to go ask our rules guy. I said, hey, is it allowed if I go in motion and then catch the snap? And they were like, yeah, it's allowed. I don't think we've seen it done before. And so we did it against the Panthers a couple of years back, and I caught it and flipped back around and threw a touchdown to the guy on the backside, and you could see the linebackers just flowing like they had no idea what was going on. And so those quarterback motions were the ones I was the most proud of, and we'll have to make a comeback of those at some point.
So in the time, that's amazing. In the time I have left with you, Patrick Mahomes, I want to play a couple of pieces of tape. The first one, you'll recognize the voice. It's you. And this is what you said to the team after beating the Bucs. So it's Raiders week. Is that what you're essentially saying to your teammates right then and there? Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the Raiders are a great football team. They're always a great football team. And when the Chiefs and Raiders play each other, you kind of throw the record book out and you just go out there and play because it's going to be a dogfight. And we understand that. We have so much respect for that organization and that team. And so I didn't want the guys to relax. I mean, you saw after the Thursday night game against the Chargers, we relaxed and then we came out and we didn't have the right tempo and the Colts got after us. And so I wanted the guys to know to enjoy it, but we learn from the film, and we have to come with our best football if we want to beat a good Las Vegas Raiders team. And then obviously you've won this division 6 times in a row. This would be 7th. What would this one mean, though, after everybody's talking about how deep this division is, Patrick? What would that mean?
Yeah, I think it would be special just because, I mean, obviously the teams are great. I mean, all our teams in our division are great football teams that can win each and every week. But just to have some new guys and kind of integrate them into the culture that we have here in Kansas City, I mean, you can see they're really buying in and battle through adversity like they did the other day and then come back and win against a good football team. It shows that we're doing things the right way, and I'm excited for another great test against the Raiders because they'll come with energy, and I want to see these guys respond as well. All
right, and then one last soundbite to play for you, Patrick Mahomes. I think you may have seen this when he appeared on this program. The great Henry Winkler came on this show, the actor, and he is a diehard fan of yours. He basically interrupted me. I was trying to help him promote his show, Barry, and this is how he interrupted me, and then it winds up with an offer for you. Here we go. Roll tape.
Have you met Patrick Mahomes?
I have. Yeah.
Have you?
Yes, I have met Patrick Mahomes.
He's one of my heroes. His ability is such a cut above. He is so passionate in the way he plays.
Yes.
He is so improvisorial in the way he plays. He is so sure. I just think it is instinctually great. Does he listen?
Yes.
Patrick, hi. We make a great chicken stuffed with ricotta and spinach with an unbelievable reduction. It can be yours if you're here in L.A.
All right, it's Chargers week coming up shortly. Does that chicken dish and invitation for dinner interest you at all, Patrick Mahomes?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'll have an open invitation for him. He can come sit with my family in the suite at the Chargers game if he wants to come out and see us go up against a great football team in L.A. So there's open invite both ways. We'll have to link up, and I mean, that's one of the greatest of all time as well. So I gotta meet him for sure.
The Fonz, I mean, and you know the great Henry Winkler. So the Winklers and the Mahomeses can all hang out in SoFi. Is that what you're saying? That can happen?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have to for sure make that happen and get him down on the field. I mean, that's the right stadium to do it at. And then if he wants to come to Arrowhead, he can come to Arrowhead as well. We'll make it happen for sure.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Patrick, you have made his life, I think. And he's done a lot, in his career, just like you. That is incredible. All right, Patrick, we're going to hook you guys up, okay? We'll do that.
All right, sounds good to me.
Hey, man, enjoy fatherhood, enjoy quarterbackhood, enjoy the rest of the season. And I always appreciate you saying yes when the invitation to come on here is offered, which is anytime. Thank you.
I appreciate you, my man.
Right back at you. That's at Patrick Mahomes on Twitter and Instagram. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback right here on the Rich Eisen Show.
Yes.
I mean,
Y-E-S.
Rich Eisen Consulting has become Rich Eisen
By the way,
Matchmaking. This is
we're
amazing.
bringing greats together.
It's like, yeah, we've
Rich Eisen Show, bringing greats together. Wherever Henry Winkler is right now.
Probably maybe fishing.
Probably getting ready to start fasting tonight, actually.
Is that a thing?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tonight's the big YK, brother. So, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's get it here. Hold on a minute. It is, they're at the Chargers. Where is it? We got, there it is. Week 11. Sunday, November 20th.
Oh, Thanksgiving weekend.
Thanksgiving weekend. What's Henry Winkler going to do? Henry, wherever you are, you and whoever else, part of the Winkler entourage, okay? Going to SoFi to hang with the Mahomes.
Amazing.
It's like a reality show.
You should work that into this season of Barry.
Well, probably not. I don't think Barry can get through the metal detectors.
That's true. Barry's got other issues.
I don't think Barry's going to get through. No tickets for Barry. How great was that?
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
How about that?
And so I guess
I would love to be
do you
there when
pack
they meet each other.
the chicken dish with ricotta and a nice reduction? You bring it. You got to bring it, right? You freeze it. That's what we Jews do. We freeze it. And you freeze it,
he's
and then
gonna want that post
you defrost. You freeze and then you defrost.
Yeah, because he's gonna want
What are you laughing about over there?
Because
The Italians are the same thing.
Exactly what you're doing. That's why I love that.
You
Rich.
freeze, then you defrost. Then you have.
Then you have. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been prouder to be the host of this program.
By the way, I would love to be there when they first meet each other. I mean, it would be.
I'm very happy for Henry Winkler. He's got to be very excited.
Yeah.
When he sees this clip later, he's going to be very excited.
Amazing.
Okay. What more can we do? I don't know. Right?